I'm going to tell you about the 5 wise teachings. Okay, I'm going to tell you about Ram Singh. Ram Singh was a boy who grew up in a small village far from the city, and he grew from a child to a young man, and he got to the age where, in every story I know, the parents say, it's time for you to go into the world and make your own way. So Ram Singh got some clothes, wrapped them in a cloth, carried them. As he went, he thought, I must pay one last visit to the temple and visit my old friend, the wise monk, and see if he has any advice for me on my journey to the city and how to make my way in the world. So he went to the temple and he sat with the monk, and the monk said, there are 5 wise teachings which will see you through this world, and if you remember these, you will do well. First, you must remember to work hard. This will lead to success. And second, you must remember to be kind, and this will lead you to safety. And third, you must remember to be truthful, for this will bring trust. And fourth, you must remember to be humble, and this will bring friendship. And finally, you must remember to always listen to those who are wiser than you are, and this will bring you wisdom. And Ram Singh took his bag and walked. And he walked for a day and for another day and for a third day, and as he walked through the desert, he tried to remember those 5 wise teachings. Work hard. Be kind. Be truthful. Be humble. Listen to those wiser than yourself. And when he came to the city, he walked to the market and looked around, and there he saw a man in fine clothes. So Ram Singh went to that man and he said, please, I'm new in the city. Can you help me to find a job? Well, said the man in fine clothes, I know the first minister is looking for assistant. If you work hard, he will keep you. So Ram Singh, after just one day in the city, was already working for the first minister. And he worked hard, and the first minister kept him on his staff. Just 2 weeks later, the first minister and the king went on a journey together. They travelled through the desert, and Ram Singh went with them as the first minister's servant. And midway through their journey, they ran out of water, and they sat in the shade and sent Ram Singh to see what he could find. Well, he came to a village, and he said to the people in the village, do you have fresh water? Do you have some water I can take to my master? And the people in the village said, no, we have no source of water. But he kept on asking, and he asked another person until he came to an old man, and the old man said, we do have a well on the other side, near the mountains. But there is something there, and no one who goes there ever returns. But Ram Singh was not put off. He went and he walked until he came to a hole in the ground, and then he walked down steps that twined around and around this hole in the ground until it was quite dark. And then when he felt water on his toes, he reached down and he'd found the water. So he took his bucket and he scooped water. But just as he did so, he heard a roaring sound. He looked, and there was a mighty jinn, the spirit that lived in that place. And that was fierce. And it carried with it a pile of mouldering bones. Ram Singh was scared, but he stood his ground. And the jinn said, this is my wife. What do you think of her? And Ram Singh thought hard, and he remembered the wise teachings. He remembered, you must be kind, and that will bring safety. And you must be truthful, for that will lead you to trust. And he said, I'm sure that there was no one else like her. And the jinn was pleased. He said, most people just say she's nothing but a pile of bones and I kill 'em. But you were kind, and I will give you what you want, what you desire. So Ram Singh thought about the people in the village, the people without water, and he said, "Please, I would like if you would leave this place and allow people to come and take their water from here." "It is done," said the jinn, and he disappeared. So Ram Singh filled his bucket and he took it back to the king, and he said, "King, I've brought you fresh, sweet water, and the well in the village is safe now. The people can gather water whenever they need." The king was very impressed. He said, "Ram Singh, you can work for me now." And so, after just 2 weeks, Ram Singh was the servant of the king and one of the most important people in the kingdom. Well, the king's brother was not pleased about this. The king's brother liked to take money from the treasury, and now that Ram Singh was working, checking every little detail, it was much harder to take money. And he hatched a plan. He called Ram Singh to him. He said, "Oh, Ram Singh, now you are so important. Now that you are one of the most important people in the whole kingdom, you should have a wife. Why don't you marry my daughter, and you will live as a prince and leave me alone?" Now, Ram Singh liked the idea of getting married. He liked the idea of having a wife, but he was just a common person, and he thought about marrying someone he'd never met before at the suggestion of someone. It just didn't feel right, and he remembered the wise teaching to be humble. And he said, "It would not be right for me to marry your daughter, so thank you, but no." This made the king's brother angry, and he made another plan. He went to the king, and he said to the king that Ram Singh was plotting against him. He said, "He tells people that he would make a better king than you. He says they should kill you and let him be the king instead." And the king believed his brother. Together, they made a plan. You see, there was some building work going on at the western gate. The king and his brother made this plan. They called 2 guards to them, and they said, "Go to the western gate, to where they are building, and wait there. And if someone comes to you and says, 'Is it done yet?' you ought to chop off their head and bring the head to us in a bag." And the guards went, and then they called Ram Singh, and they said, "Ram Singh, we have a special job for you. You're to go to the western gate where they are building, and there you will see 2 guards, and you must ask, 'Is it done yet?'" So Ram Singh went. He went towards the western gate. He was going, but then he saw the temple. He remembered the wise teachings that his monk in his village taught him. 5 wise teachings, and how they had done him so well to work hard, to be kind, to be honest, to be humble. And he thought he should spend some time in the temple. So he went inside to listen to the wisdom of the teachers there. He quite forgot the time and spent time there. Meanwhile, the king's brother was getting frustrated. "Has it happened yet? Will his head be off? Will he be out of my way? Can I take again? Oh, it must have happened. Surely the guards won't have let me down." So the king's brother couldn't wait any longer, and he rushed to the western gate, and he saw the guards, and he said to the guards, "Is it done yet?" And the guards chopped his head off and put it in a bag. Well, the king was out for his afternoon stroll. And as he passed the temple, he saw Ram Singh come running out, saying, "I'm so sorry, I forgot my job." This was odd. But then 2 guards ran up to the king, and they showed him a head in a bag, and the king looked into the bag. It was his own brother's. He started to think. He ran an investigation, and he found out the truth of how his brother had lied to him and about how Ram Singh had been true, and he made him first minister to the state. And Ram Singh lived happily ever after, and he had his own children one day, and when he had his own children, he taught them the 5 truths. Can you remember the 5 wise teachings? First, you should work hard. Second, you must remember to be kind. Third, you must be truthful. Fourth, we must remember to be humble. And fifth, we must listen to those who are wiser than us, for that will bring wisdom. And that is the story of the 5 wise teachings. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.